The quiet night was broken by the loud wail of sirens. The serene silence that had blanketed the city was shattered in an instant, replaced by a cacophony of alarms that echoed through the streets, bouncing off the buildings and reverberating in the hearts of the people. It was a sound Israelis knew all too well, a sound that had become an unfortunate part of their lives. The sirens were a grim reminder of the constant threat they lived under, a reminder that danger was never far away. A scary reminder of the danger they always faced. Families huddled together seeking comfort in each other's presence, their faces etched with worry and fear. The uncertainty of what was to come weighed heavily on their minds. But this time felt different. There was a palpable tension in the air, a sense that something was terribly wrong. The usual routine of seeking shelter felt more urgent, more desperate. This time the siren screamed about a missile, launched from far away, that had gotten past Israel's defenses and hit its target. The missile's trajectory had been swift and unrelenting, a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities that even the most fortified defenses could not always protect against. December 21, 2024, will be a day that people who lived through it will never forget. It was a day that would be etched into their memories, a day that would be recounted in stories for generations to come. It was a day when they realized they weren't as safe as they thought. The illusion of security had been shattered, replaced by a stark reality that left them feeling exposed and vulnerable. The missile, from Yemen, a country fighting its own war, had traveled hundreds of miles, a silent sign of trouble. It was a testament to the reach of conflict, a reminder that no place was truly out of harm's way. News of the missile strike spread quickly, making people afraid and unsure. The rapid dissemination of information only heightened the sense of panic, as people scrambled to understand the implications of what had happened. It showed how vulnerable Israel was, a country always in the middle of regional problems. The missile strike was a stark reminder of the precarious position Israel occupied, surrounded by a volatile and unpredictable region. The world watched carefully, wondering what this meant for the already dangerous Middle East. The international community held its breath, aware that this incident could have far-reaching consequences. The missile attack wasn't just a single event, it was a symptom of deeper issues, a manifestation of the underlying tensions that had been simmering for years. It was a sign of bigger problems, a reflection of the growing tensions that could explode at any time. The missile strike was a harbinger of potential conflicts, a warning that the region was a tinderbox waiting to ignite. It was a scary reminder that even today, war is still a big threat, casting a dark shadow over the region. The specter of war loomed large, a constant presence that threatened to engulf the region in chaos and destruction. Yemen, a country torn apart by years of civil war, has been a focal point of regional and international conflicts. The ongoing strife has left its cities in ruins and its people in despair. It wasn't the country anyone expected to launch this attack. The world watched in shock and disbelief as news of the missile launch spread. Yet, from its war-torn land, the missile was launched, aimed right at the heart of Israel. This unexpected move caught many off guard, raising questions about the capabilities and intentions of the groups involved. The launch site, a secret place, was thought to be controlled by Houthi rebels, a group that has been a significant player in Yemen's ongoing conflict. The Houthis, a powerful group fighting for control of Yemen, have been engaged in a brutal conflict with the internationally recognized government and its allies. The Houthis, connected to Iran, had been causing problems for Saudi Arabia and its allies, including Israel, for a long time. Their ties to Iran have been a source of tension in the region, with many accusing Iran of providing the Houthis with weapons and support. The group had attacked Saudi Arabia many times, using missiles and drones given to them by Iran. These attacks have targeted key infrastructure and civilian areas, escalating the conflict and drawing international condemnation. But this attack, aimed at Israel, made the conflict much worse, pushing the region closer to war. The missile's trajectory and impact were a stark reminder of the fragile peace in the Middle East. The Houthis, feeling powerful after their success, quickly said they were responsible. Their declaration was both a show of strength and a message to their adversaries. In a statement right after the launch, the group said it was self-defense against Israel. They claimed that their actions were justified, citing ongoing aggression and interference by Israel and its allies. They promised to keep attacking until Israel stopped helping the Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen. This vow of continued aggression has only heightened tensions and fears of further escalation. Countries around the world spoke out against the attack, asking everyone to stay calm. Diplomatic efforts were quickly mobilized to prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. The United Nations Security Council had an emergency meeting, but like many problems in the Middle East, finding a solution was hard. The complexities of the conflict, with its many players and deep-seated grievances, made consensus difficult. The missile launch showed how divided the world was and how difficult it was to find a peaceful way to end the fighting in Yemen. The international community remains deeply divided on how to address the crisis, with no clear path to peace in sight. The first sign of the attack came in the middle of the night, when the city was cloaked in darkness and most people were fast asleep. Suddenly, the loud, piercing sound of sirens filled the air, breaking the silence and jolting everyone awake. Across central Israel, from the bustling city of Tel Aviv to the serene neighborhoods of Jerusalem, the sirens wailed, sending a wave of fear and urgency through everyone who heard them. The once peaceful night was now filled with a sense of impending danger. For many Israelis, the sirens were a sound they knew all too well, a haunting reminder of the ever-present threat that loomed over their country. It was a stark reminder of the dangers they faced daily, a reality that was both terrifying and inescapable. The sirens were not just a warning, they were a call to action. They signaled the need to find shelter quickly and prepare for the worst. People scrambled to their designated safe spots, their hearts pounding with fear and adrenaline. In homes, schools, and offices, individuals followed the safety drills they had practiced countless times. These drills, once routine, now felt like a lifeline. Parents hurriedly took their children to bomb shelters, their faces etched with fear and worry. The safety of their loved ones was their only concern. Older people who had lived through past wars slowly made their way to safety, using their canes for support. Their eyes reflected memories of previous conflicts and the resilience they had built over the years. The streets, which had been bustling with life just moments ago, were now eerily empty, save for a few lost dogs barking at the strange quiet. The sudden stillness was a stark contrast to the chaos that had erupted moments earlier. The sirens were a stark reminder that even with its strong army and advanced technology, Israel was still vulnerable to attacks. The nation's defenses, though formidable, could not completely shield its people from the horrors of war. They were a chilling reminder of the devastating impact of war, not just in terms of physical destruction but also in the way it instilled a pervasive sense of fear and anxiety in the hearts of the people. The sirens symbolized the constant threat that hung over the nation, a reminder that peace was fragile and could be shattered at any moment. As the missile flew towards its target, Israeli defense systems jumped into action, trying to stop it before it could cause damage. The Iron Dome, Israel's famous missile defense system known for stopping short-range rockets, was quickly turned on. Interceptor missiles shot up into the sky, leaving bright trails as they raced towards the incoming missile. Everyone waited nervously, wondering if the Iron Dome, which had worked so many times before, would protect Israel again. But this time, the system failed. Maybe because of the missile's path, its speed, or something else unexpected, the interception attempt didn't work. The incoming missile, although slightly off course, kept flying towards Israel. The Iron Dome's failure shocked Israel and the world. It showed that even the best defense systems aren't perfect, that there's no such thing as total safety in a world full of weapons. The incident made people question how good Israel's defenses really were, and the need to keep improving them to face new threats. After the attack, things look very different. Communities are helping each other, rebuilding what was destroyed and finding strength together. It's a time to think about what happened, but also a time to hope. As things calm down, new opportunities appear, and what everyone learned will help build a better future. People are showing how strong they are, proving that even when things are bad, there's always a way forward. As things get worse, problems between countries in the region start to show. Old disagreements and past hurts come to the surface, making peace harder to achieve. Communities that used to live together peacefully are now divided. The tension is strong, and finding a solution seems more and more difficult. Daily life has changed a lot. Families have lost their homes, children can't go to school, and businesses are struggling. Normal life is gone, replaced by worry and fear. Many people don't know what the future holds, and the feeling of safety they once had seems like a distant memory. No one knows what will happen next. Will things go back to normal, or has society changed forever? Recovering will be long and hard, and it's unclear what the future holds. But even though things are uncertain, there is some hope, as communities come together to help each other. After what happened, there are things we can learn. Figuring out why the conflict started and fixing those problems is important. Helping divided communities connect with each other and talk can create a more peaceful future. It's a hard journey, but one that can lead to healing and making things right again.